Oh, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Happy Sunday, one and all. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live on Sunday morning for some, Sunday evening for others. Anyway, glad you're here. Welcome, Lydia, Fancy, Church Nelly, Deanna C. Welcome, and Rick is here. Berta Sanchez, Mary Hiker, welcome, and Sherry Ware. Church Nelly is here. I'm still working on a project for Church Nelly. Show Mary, I'm sorry, Norma, Norma Campbell, Sonia H. Mama Jane is here. Cool. Terry H. Sistren has a list of people to greet. Karen is here. Mascara. And let's see, Faya is here. Jean MK. And Gwendolyn Daniels, Sheila Watson, hi, Dina Nasser, Connie Balmer. And let's see, Ma Jones says, hi, Royal Sussex Squatties and Mod Squad, hello. April May is here. Carolyn Soares, Rochelle Baldreau, Sherry Ware, did I say that already? Susie Q, hi. Okay, thank you one and all for being here. Let me do one more thing here. Um, Lately I have gotten a bit off kilter, as they say, and I don't even know what a kilter is, but I think it's just a little bit off. I forgot to, I started creating, just a post to say that I would be here today, and then I forgot to complete, sending it or posting it. And there it was, still in the inbox, ready to go out, or in the outbox, ready to go out. So anyway, I got to get it together, but I'm enjoying the summer. The summer. I'm enjoying the summer. I'm enjoying the summer. I'm enjoying the holiday weekend. So very important. It's always important to live a little life and enjoy the great outdoors and spend time with friends and family. So I hope everyone's able to do that this weekend and any other day of the year, really. But that is very important. It gives balance to one's life, a little harmony and balance, right? Okay, hello, Myra. Mo Shannon is here. Vinny Blair. And Miss Levy Hemmings is here. Wonderful. Okay, come on, pour in one and all. Okay, so there we have this. There we have this. Meghan Markle visits Uvalde Memorial for Victims of Texas School Shooting. Well, I didn't put this together myself. One of the squatties was able to do that, but just take a look at the collage of coverage. It does the Sussex squad proud, not just because, we're just trying to make sure that the Duchess of Sussex is recognized, but the fact that all of these news media organizations are picking up that story and the fair and balanced coverage, the fair and balanced coverage in comparison to the tabloid press, which always tries to find some kind of hidden agenda, some kind of hidden motive, or they're always trying to find some type of sinister cause that is actually the purpose of her visit, other than a mother who herself has lost an unborn child, um, someone who became a mother later in life than some women. Not unusual these days, but I would imagine that when you have waited so long to become a mom, that it means that little something extra for you, not so different, but just a little extra in that for the years of planning and such, the day is finally here. And not only is she a mom once, she's a mom twice. And just like so many mothers, no matter what everybody feels a certain way. Mothers, fathers, um, even if you don't have kids, you feel a certain way about what happened in Texas. And this is something that has happened again and again. I'm amazed at how many times I hear someone say school shooting as though that is a thing. But you know what? It is a thing. It is a thing. And unfortunately, it's a part of our language now. So the Duchess of Sussex appears. The media was very fair in most cases. And I'm very, very grateful to the media for that. This is why they had to leave Narnia, because one thing's for sure, no matter what the riff or the beef is over in the UK with certain members of the press, and of course, even worse, the so called family, none of that is so important here in the US. Yeah, you have some of the Murdoch driven media that's trying to carry the water for the various royal households, that's trying to represent them as though they're the lawyers or something. But the thing is, the American media has been very fair and very gracious with the Sussexes, except for occasionally you have those um, morning talk shows that wants to keep this whole thing about privacy and all that going. So I just have to say I'm very pleased. I've read through so many different accounts of the Duchess's visit to Texas. And again, I have to say, I think it's been very, very fair. They haven't tried to portray her as an opportunist or some type. As a matter of fact, people have been rather, I don't want to say amused, but just very fascinated with the way she made this private visit. And one of the things I left out saying yesterday, because I couldn't find the article when I was looking for it, but it was BuzzFeed, where they were saying that the Duchess of Sussex entered the back door. She went in there and just started working. Only the director or whoever was in charge of this facility or the group or whatever aid charity knew that she was there. And she didn't tell anybody, which that by itself lets you know that there was no leaks. There were no leaks. Not only is there no leaks in Santa Barbara, no leaks in Montecito, but even in this Texas town where assumed we assume that she doesn't know anybody, there was a they maintained her privacy up until the point that people from the American media actually recognized her and then started telling people, what'd you think about talking to Meghan Markle? So, again, I am so proud and so impressed. I mean, and this is something I haven't been able to do for quite some time, but I am so proud and so impressed with the American news media outlets for maintaining a certain amount of neutrality, which is what they're supposed to do anyway. They're really supposed to do that anyway. And so, in other words, thank you for doing your jobs. Simple, plain and simple. Thank you for doing your jobs. Thank you for not adding and embellishing and all that kind of stuff. Just thank you for doing your job. Just thanks for doing your job. Says you had one job, you've done that job. Okay? So thank you, American news outlets. And I'm going to just take a look at a couple of your comments. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, not for me. Ladyfoot, thank you for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. I can't believe it's Sunday already. Okay, that was a hello to some folks. I'm sorry, that's right. Thank you, Mascara. That's what I'm looking for. The USA media had to be forced to set the UK media and the monarchy straight. Shame they had to take time to focus on that versus a tragedy. Yeah, it is a real shame, but thank goodness for it. And Letitia Malone says, I see our Harry was invited to the cookout, as you guys would say in the USA. Maybe he brought potato salad. Letitia, I get that reference about the potato salad. So you think light skinned Harry may have stepped up his potato salad game by hanging around and being a part of the African American experience? Maybe he understands what a proper potato salad for a cookout is. I get that reference. Thank you for that. I mean, that's after all, that's our light skinned Harry, right? Harry, one of us. Let me see. Marcy Foreman says, unlike Doolittle's saggy jawline, Copycate's visits was a stunt that showed her heartless soul. Yeah, I believe that to be true myself. I think it was a bit of a stunt. And why all of a sudden would she grow this conscious about what's happening to the plight of people when there is, I mean, how about you tackle some of the hunger that is going on right now as we celebrate this Jubilee? How come you don't tackle that? Go to some of the food banks, the food kitchens. The Duchess of Cambridge brought food to the Ukraine Cultural Center. Okay, I'm glad. But there's other places where uh, the Cambridges could make their presence known and bring light to people who actually need help. They need help. I would imagine that people at the Ukraine um, Center obviously were distressed about what's going on at home, but then there's also people close to the home. So do both. You can do both. There's no rule to say you don't have to just go to one. You can do both. Go to several of them, as a matter of fact. Take food there. I'm pretty sure it would be appreciated from the kitchens of Kensington Palace. Let's see here. Dina Nasser has a super chat. She says, the calls are not coming inside the house of Montecito. No, they're not coming from inside the house of Montecito. And thank you for that reminder. Thank you. There are no leaks in Montecito. None. There are no leaks in Montecito. Um, let's see here. Okay. Karen M says if Meghan was still there, she would have tackled the food bank with projects that would have benefited the poor. Very good observation, Karen. Thank you for that. Very good. That makes so much sense. And yes, yes, the Duchess of Sussex. If you, I mean, let's just think about the hub kitchen. When the Duchess of Sussex found out that they could not keep that kitchen open, um, but what, just 2 or 3 days a week, she came up with a plan. She came up with a plan for the cookbook, which brought in lots of food, um, gave them the opportunity to prepare meals more often for people who really needed it. Unfortunately, the tabloid press, rather than praising that, they decided to attack these poor women operating the shelter. But aside from that, I mean, that's an unfortunate circumstance, which, was really an attack against the Duchess of Sussex, but you know how it goes there. So I'm sorry, Elaine Parker. Did I say thank you for the super sticker and happy Sunday to you? And thank you for being a member. And also thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Rosa Roberts wants to say hi to a few people. I'm kind of losing track because I'm scrolling back and forth. Let me see. What is it? Was that supposed to be UK media is already turning on Kate because no leaks? Well, like I said yesterday, when they said that thing about her knowing what it's like to walk the street, again, I don't know how that was helpful to her, but I don't know how that was helpful to her. That little article from yesterday. But yeah. So let me see. Okay, let me scroll. I didn't lost track of where I was. I'm just gonna have to go to most recent the most recent one because I'm scrolling back and forth. Okay, and Lydia Washington says trolls are out family. I mean, I'm sorry, trolls are our family. Please call them out by name if they are missed. The trolls. Hello, Baron and Squatties. A bit late, but I hope I haven't missed much. No, Noreen, love like you haven't missed much at all. I'm still like on the very first image. You know, I don't think I'll be able to see those. I don't have another. Actually, you know what? I do. I do. I do. Let me, before I say no, I can't, let me make sure. Because I do think I can see some of those up close. So let me try at least. Let me try and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, just so we can get a sample of what some of those comments are. But at the very least, I can try. Okay, so yeah, because you know what? I saved the like the collage of comments, but I don't think I actually saved the comments themselves. So, or should I say, I don't think I saved a second. But let me see. I believe someone was kind enough to inbox me with that so that I wouldn't miss it, which is really nice. Thank you so much for that. And if I can find it, nope, I still don't have it. Well, anyway, it is on the Twitter, and unfortunately, I don't have the close-up image, but I do have another one that I know I will be able to see. But okay, let me just give it a try. Let me give it a try. I'm going to zoom in. Oh no, it is too blurry. I can't see that. Sorry about that, you guys, but I do have the next one. I think we did use this one yesterday where I'll just go through them really fast. So amazing that she came to show love and support. And these are just people on social media and other places commenting on the fact that she came there. Not one single comment that is posted here. None of these are negative comments. Nothing but praise, and you know otherwise people just saying mind your business. But she was greatly appreciated. People in the United States help each other. I don't know if people actually understand how much generosity there is here in the United States. And these people love the fact that she was there. God bless her. She's got a big heart. What a wonderful lady, so caring. Let's see. She is a mourner, paying her respects to those to the loss, like many others. It is so sad for those of you posting negative comments. Really shouldn't matter to you why she came. She is supporting the people of Uvalde. None of your business. I mean that's oh, man, I love that. I really, really do love that. And for let's see, Isabella Stein, thank you so much for posting that. You can see her name up there in the upper left. So there's a lot of this on the Twitter. There's a lot of that on the Twitter. And thank you all for sharing that with us. Mo Shannon says Meghan was making plans to show some sort of support the minute she heard what happened in Uvalde, Texas. That's Meghan. Amen to that one. Diane Hawkins says if unroyals could read the room, they wouldn't combine Jubilee with Trooping the Colors, cancel other hoopla, and give every household 7,000K, which would have been cheaper economically, benefits, and citizens would love it. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, Diane Hawkins, isn't there? I forgot they still have this tradition even back in the times of Elizabeth I, wasn't there like a day where she would pass out coins to people? That was her way of like celebrating the peasants. Or anyway, I know she would give money to people. She would give them coins, and that was back in the time when they used to believe that if you lay hands like you were, some kind of evangelist. I don't know if you guys know that, but there was a time when the royals would lay hands to heal people. And so to hold someone's sickly child was to give that person a miracle. I mean, there's some traditions that went on with that family that kind of died out and really should have a long time ago. So yeah, but it was said that the sovereign had healing powers, and the sovereign would give out those coins. So um, yeah, just give everybody some money, and that would be cause for celebration. Thank you for that, Diane Hawkins. I mean, that was very easily the most sensible thing I've heard about the Jubilee so far. TCC Son says, Baron, check your DM on Twitter and email about viewing party for World Central Kitchen on Disney. I shall do that. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex and being a member, by the way. And Cypher has a super chat here. Cypher says, Byron and chat, happy day. Our faves are better than that whole family. Meghan's heart is why we all love her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Meghan is being true, no matter what they ever say to criticize her. One thing is for sure, there are receipts. There are receipts back to her childhood where she's not doing anything different today than she was doing as a child, soup kitchens and all. And again, like was it Diane Hawkins, or no, I'm sorry, it was someone else. I'm not sure. I can't remember just that fast. But if the Duchess of Sussex was in the UK, there's no way in the world that she wouldn't address these food banks that all of a sudden seem to have grown in popularity. There's no way in the world that she would not have addressed that. Not because she wants the attention, but because it's just a matter of habit for her. Even when nobody's looking, that's just something that she does. Like, for instance, the photo of the Duchess of Sussex at a food pantry or soup kitchen in Toronto. She didn't take that photo. She didn't. They were the ones who released the photo after the event happened. And there she is with her baseball cap, trying to keep a low profile, trying to just fit in and work with everyone else. But recognizing her, they were the ones who decided, oh, we have to capture this moment. So that is something. Just think how many times she's been someplace, she's participated, and she's helped people, and nobody knew who she was. No one recognized her at all. She had come and gone from the event, and nobody was the wiser. Just think how many times, because for every one time that she's been recognized, there's probably several times that she's been places, spoke to people, and they still don't know that that was the Duchess of Sussex or actress Meghan Markle. They have no clue. So, just something to think about. Thank you so much for that, Cypher. Okay. Uh, Let me go on here. So, oh, are we changing gears? Hit it. Royal photographer stirs controversy by claiming Camilla is nicer than Princess Diana and easier to get on with. People memories are slipping. Oh my God, if it isn't that royal troll, Arthur Edwards. I'm so sick of him. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm sick! I'm sick of him. Arthur Edwards, here he comes again. I you know how they greet each other how the Maoris greet each other, where they rub noses, where they touch foreheads and rub noses. I would never, ever want to do that with Arthur Edwards because I'm afraid his nose would have a stench that you would liken to a baby diaper. It would have to. I'm sorry for you in the UK, nappy. It would smell like a used nappy because his nose is always firmly implanted up in the behinds of Charles and Camilla. Always, constantly, just digging around, like some hog rooting for what do you what do you call those mushrooms? The anyway, so that's what I feel like his relationship is with the truffles. That's it. Like a hog sniffing out truffles. There he is, all up in their behinds, trying to get on their good side, and it pays off. I mean, Arthur Edwards has had a life second to none because of Princess Diana, and now to show you what he thinks of her memory, he is trashing her. If you all remember that image that he took of her where the sun was pouring through her dress, just like some weirdo he was there to cap. This guy is too freaky for words. And y'all know he had the thing that he said about Harry when they were supposed to go to the memorial for Philip. I mean, this guy is just so trashy. God, he makes me sick. By the way, Audrey Teschner, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Audrey Teschner says, I am on mute, Baron. Can't see any chats. Oh, no. You know what? Try to, what do you call it? Go up to that circle arrow thing and try to redo your link, and it may work. Sometimes that happens where you can't see the chat, but just try to get in and out of Royal Sussex again and see if that works. I've had that happen to me on other chats, but yes, mascara, I am sick of them. You hear me? Sick. Okay. Did you see the thing about Madame Tussaud moving Meghan away from the royal family and putting her with Hollywood part, but they left Harry with the royal family? Now, Mary Hiker, I did not know that they just moved Meghan. I know at one point they moved Harry and Meghan away from the royal family, but if Meghan is all by herself, now that is very, very tacky. But I'm sure that's just for the Madame Tussauds in London, uh, where they probably don't want to upset some of the derangers that pour through their halls. But yeah, that is pretty bad. I did not know about that, but I did. But as you remind me about that, I must say that I have seen another wax work that caught my attention, and that was the one of Her Majesty the Queen. Now, that was alarming to look at. And because you said that, I'm going to have to make sure I can find it and share it with you because I really care. And, and you know what they say, caring and sharing. So I will share that image of Her Majesty the Queen. That one I did see. So let me dig that out. Since I'm in kind of a shady mood today, let me dig that one out. And this comes from a exhibit in Germany, I think. So, Mary, they don't see the royals in the same way across Europe as, of course, the people in the UK see the royals. There's not as much, shall we say, deference given. At least it's no longer obligatory. Only if there's like a royal visit do they do that. But okay, where is Her Majesty's waxwork? I know I got it. I know I got it. Oh, this was fun. This was fun. When I saw it, I was just like, can they do that? Apparently they can. And they did. Okay. Okay. Her Majesty's waxwork. Coming at you. Thank you for the suggestion, Mary. Huh? Huh? Take a look at that. Take a look at Her Majesty's waxwork. Now that is shocking. They didn't have to do that, but they just chose to do it. Um when I saw that, I was like, no, they didn't, but yes, they did. And I'm pretty sure Her Majesty was amused by it, as she does have a sense of humor, contrary to popular belief. She does have a sense of humor. When I saw that, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, somebody's been to Supercuts." Oh man. Oh no, Baron. I think the figures of Harry and Meghan were returned to the royal family group for the Jubilee. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I know they made a big deal about them being moved the first time, but thank you for sharing that. And here it says, if true, the another stupid PR move at Wax Museum if they separate Meghan from Harry and put her with the Hollywood. Let me see. These folks just keep tripping over themselves with stupidity. More proof of the R word. Very, very true. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. You guys are like Murder She Wrote. You guys are the ultimate detectives. You all seem to find these answers in real time. I really do appreciate that. Wax Museum was saving money and buying just one set of interchangeable heads. Oh man, they could use the same head for Billy. Let me see. Yes, I see your point. I see your point. I'm picking up what you're putting down. That one in comparison to, okay. Yes, I wouldn't notice the difference. I honestly would not notice the difference between a 40-year-old William of Cambridge compared to a 96-year-old sovereign. I don't see, there's not much daylight. I get what you're saying. Oh, somebody woke up on the wrong side of messy today. Anna Espinoza. Hi, Anna Espinoza. I had a conversation with one of my brothers about he thinks about the royal about what he thinks about the royal family. Oh my God, he doesn't like them one bit. And let me see. He said they hate Harry and Meghan for having freedom. I'm trying to convert him to a Harry and Meghan fan. Well, you know what, Anna Espinoza, if he can't come over to the Sussex squad, long as he's a Sussex squad sympathizer, that's a start. You know, if he's a sympathizer to our cause, that's the first brave step towards squattydom, is just to be a squatty sympathizer. So I have a few of those squatty sympathizers in my life, and slowly but surely they are creeping over to the right side of history. So yeah, keep the faith. It's going to happen. It is so going to happen. Elaine Parker says they moved Meghan before they left and placed Meghan into Hollywood section. They left Harry with the royal family. They just moved her back. Okay, thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. That seems to be established. I appreciate that. Oh, yes, we're going to talk about that, Francilia. We're going to talk about that. So, before I do that, let's take a look down here at the bottom. It says Princess Diana is still one of the UK's most favorite royals, but royal photographer Arthur Anderson has claimed Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, is nicer than Princess of Wales. Diana has been dead for 25 years, so people's memories are slipping. Uh, your memory's slipping, mine ain't. And they've embraced Camilla. Oh, God, come on, Arthur. Arthur, please, please, Arthur. Don't just make up stuff. They embrace Camilla. They embrace Camilla. Lord have mercy. And then, of course, he goes on to say, he told Stellar Magazine, oh, now that's a prestigious publication I've never heard of. You know what? Camilla is nicer than Diana, easier to get on with. He continued, Diana used to have her moods, and when she died, she wasn't talking to her mother or Sarah Ferguson because of some silly row. You don't get that with the Duchess, speaking of Camilla, of course. Uh, and that's important to us for what reason? Camilla, everything seems to be going her way. Why would she be upset at this point? Everything seems to be going her way. So why in the world would Camilla have a falling out with anyone? At the time, Princess Diana was being mentally tortured by Charles, Camilla, the tabloid press. And so it's obvious that she would have had some type of mood, as he say. After all, she was being hounded and tortured. She was going through all these mental gymnastics with these dark forces and men in gray suits. Of course, she was probably in some sort of a mood, but everything is going Camilla's way. So she finds herself more available for dancing in the streets than anybody else would at this time in their life because she has managed to somehow become the queen consort in spite of the fact that they lied and said that that was not going to happen. Now all of a sudden they have slipped the queen some document for her to sign a statement saying, I hope that you will make respect and make her the queen consort and blah, 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 blah. All of that came along as the queen turns 96 and obviously is not as vigorous and as strong and able to examine these things, shall we say. I don't know what was done in exchange. Maybe some type of fair treatment for Andrew after she's gone or something. But for whatever reason, all of a sudden we are supposed to recognize Camilla as the queen consort, even though they lied and said that that wasn't going to happen. There's a bit of sleight of hand there. Okay, and with that, let me take a look at some of your comments. Ceci says Arthur is trying to butter up his next source of income, kissing Rottweiler and that other person's backside. Like I said, I'm sure his nose reeks of royal bottom. It has to, because he's been kissing up and smooching up with some in some pretty dark places. This is reverse psychology. They hope and wish that everyone would slip the thought of Diana, which is never going to happen. Everyone is going to see Bert Miller. You guys with these nicknames, I can't even get my own in for that. Okay, Mario says Arthur Edwards was among the photographers that chased Diana in Paris. Isn't that weird? I did not know that. I did not know that. So at this point, let's just say he was allegedly one of the photographers that chased her. But if that is the case, then I can understand why he would have. Yeah, you know what? And he probably had a secret love hate thing for her. Probably, likely. Um, who knows? He is a gross individual, and who knows what he had on his mind then or even has on his mind now. Baron, we are watching an ongoing successful campaign to build Camilla up. The Royal Rota is heavily involved in this campaign by going one step further, and that is degrading the memory of Diana. Well, they're trying anyway. They are trying. But as you know, Camilla has been out of sight, out of mind for quite some time. So, is it any wonder there's not so many people thinking about her while they're trying to build her up, because she almost can't have a misstep if she doesn't really show up anywhere. She hasn't laughed at a Native American in Canada in at least 2 3 years now. So um, it's hard to get anything wrong when you're invisible. Yes, Baron, I agree. Prince Charles could have stripped Andrew of everything once he becomes king. Yeah, Prince Charles will have the right of the royal patent and could pretty much take everything that Andrew has away, save for his titles. But a lot of use that is to him nowadays. But yeah, pretty much Prince Charles can leave him penniless. He doesn't have to give him anything. It's, I believe, Charles is in charge of who gets what and who lives where. So um, mm, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And then, of course, after the Queen's gone, unless Charles signs something, who knows if anything would be enforced at that time. Okay, Baron. Simon Durant, Camilla's and Charles' child that abandoned wanted to. I've heard that. I've heard that. I don't know if that's true, but it would be interesting. It would be very interesting if, well, if it ever is found out to be true. I think I've seen that guy. Is he in Australia? They went off to Australia or something like that, and it is said that this guy is actually their child. I've seen something about that. I don't know if I necessarily believe it. I mean, that's kind of a big secret. But then again, let's look at Philip. We're not even sure how many kids Prince Philip has away from the Windsor household. So that would be fascinating to find out, actually. Let's see. Oh, there we go. John Newbold says, oh, that's for Church Nelly. I'm out of it. Okay, Miranda Real say the day the Queen kicks the bucket, Charles becomes the king, and that old bag becomes queen. We need to make Queen Diana trend. Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea, Miranda. We really do need to make that trend. I believe there's going to be oh man, the whole world is going to examine the relationship of Charles and Camilla when Charles takes the throne. Whether or not he survives that, nobody knows. But I tell you what, Prince Harry, Prince Harry has a lot of leverage in this situation because Harry has a book coming out, right? Harry will have another book coming out. Charles needs Harry and William to support him. He needs their public support when he ascends the throne. He needs them desperately. Both of them, not just one. He needs both of them to support him because of his relationship with Camilla. He just needs them. He has to have their support. Otherwise, things are going to be incredibly difficult for him, even more so than it already will. And look at him, Arthur Edwards, hoofing it up with Camilla. Yeah, I mean, there you are for integrity. No wonder he's so determined that people should recognize her as a worthy queen consort, because they do seem to have a very close relationship. Uh, Arthur, along with oh Robert Jobson, and what's his name, the one that said throw them off the balcony. I forget his name already. Um, there's this old guard that seems to be invested into seeing Camilla safely ensconced as the queen consort, and of course Charles as king. So let me see if I can find that Arthur Edwards that I have here somewhere. Arthur Edwards. Um, if nothing else, this guy is very tenaciously defending be Charles and Camilla. Let me see. Arthur Edwards. Oh, wait. Got it. Okay, where are you, Arthur? Oh, there he is right there. Okay, let me see if I can get this going. Try that one more time. Oh, got it. Here we go.
Bit of controversy over his second eldest son being there. Do you think that's reasonable, or do you think, you know, his father has died, it's a Thanksgiving service for his father's life, then Andrew should be there?
Well, Andrew's going to be there, of course he is, and he's on the list and he will arrive. But the person who should be here is Prince Harry. Prince Harry does nothing but sit there feeding his chickens in California, and he get on a plane, come here and pay his respects to his grandfather. He should be here. Whether he brings his wife or not, it doesn't matter. He should be here. And to make an excuse about security, I mean, the security is incredible. I can't tell you, he should be here.
I'm back.
Bit of controversy over his second eldest son being there. Do you think that's reasonable, or do you think, you know, his father has died, it's a Thanksgiving service for his father's life, then Andrew should be there?
Well, Andrew's going to be there, of course he is, and he's on the list and he will arrive. But the person who should be here is Prince Harry. Prince Harry does nothing but sit there feeding his chickens in California, and he get on a plane, come here and pay his respects to his grandfather. He should be here. Whether he brings his wife or not, it doesn't matter. He should be here. And to make an excuse about security, I mean, the security is incredible. I can't tell you, he should be here.
Well, that's Arthur Anderson. Now, I don't know if this is one of his photos, but this is Camilla at a women's shelter. And how ironic that she's at a women's shelter where she's talking to women about being abused. She's talking to women about being abused, right? If anybody knows anything about a woman being abused, Duchess of Cornwall breaks down in tears after hearing women's story of domestic abuse. Okay, that's one way to look at it. However, considering being the third person in a wedding that was really supposed to be for two people, a wedding in which she wore white, I think she should know all about how a woman can be abused, even if it's by another woman. I'm just saying. I think she should have intimate knowledge of what it means for a woman to be abused. So there you have it. And then of course, she's breaking down and she's pursing her beak together, and come on, Camilla, come on. You know, save that for somebody who buys it, right? What a piece of work. What a piece of work. I tell you, Princess Diana had so many people plotting and working against her, all because she actually was a thinking person. She wasn't a Stepford wife that they wanted her to be. She recognized her power. She took back her power, and she made sure that her voice was heard. So let me look at a couple of your comments. Oh, sorry, that's not for me. Okay. How hypocritical of Camilla when she abused Diana. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So she goes to a shelter for women that have been abused. That how do you show up? How do you even show up? Like, oh, you need to go and talk to these women that have been abused, as if we forgot. As Mary Davis, how did you know? How did you know? How did you know? I was like, ooh. Okay, guilty. Guilty. Um, guilty. That's all I'll say is guilty. All right, Arthur is a liar, says Archie Teschner. Just like Tomini and the other trolls, Harry is living his life unbothered with his people. That's right. Thank you so much for that. I was about to call you Arthur. Audrey Teschner. Oh man, I gotta concentrate. I shouldn't have ran in that kitchen. Let's see. Lydia Washington says all this goes back to Charles not having a backbone and going with Camilla in the first place. Instead, he inserted himself into Diana's life and never loved her or gave the marriage a chance. That's so true, Lydia. That's the real tragedy here is that they wanted to use Princess Diana's lineage and good breeding stock because the fact the Spencer family seems to be more royal, more British than the actual royal family. They thought that Princess Diana could solve a lot of problems by being a virgin, by being young and impressionable. So they thought all of that was supposed to have been solved, and so Diana was supposed to. It's just heartbreaking to think of what they had in mind for her. Almost like that movie Rosemary's Baby. I mean, it was just like, find someone that is suitable, someone who has this quality and that quality, not, saying the baby itself, but just, well, you do have William, but that seemed to have been the entire point was just to find someone that they can like mold like clay or whatever. Okay, and let's see. The building up of Camilla also serves to negate the negative depiction of Camilla and her role in the Wales marriage breakdown. Season 5 of The Crown is coming with fire. I hope so, because they have kind of fallen short as far as I'm concerned. They were not messy enough on the other seasons. By the way, there's 1,118 people in here. Thank you so much for joining us here this Sunday on Royal Sussex. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to thank the moderators for keeping us a safe space for Sussex-friendly channels. And some of them are moderators on other channels, and they keep those a safe space as well. So don't forget to thank them because they are essential, because otherwise we would find ourselves battling on the live stream with people who are angry because they don't have that type of connection to the Cambridges, but it's so easy for them to hate the Sussexes. So, and plus the hate watchers can take out their frustrations on us. So again, thank you moderators for that. Okay, so I think Sonny Hostin said it best. The princess cohort. And then also on the right side is an image of the Duchess of Cambridge, which Celibici loves to share again and again. That's their favorite image of the Duchess of Cornwall. And so because they like it, I like it, because sometimes they are even messier than I am. So I thought I would share it with you, runny mascara and all. Okay, changing gears. Let's have it. Was Prince William's horse drugged at Troop in the Color rehearsal? Military veteran claims the Royals household division charger was doped to make it more docile, branding it a disgrace. Well, the horse does seem to have the droopy head going on, But then again, if you had Prince William riding on your back, you'd lean away from him too. I mean, I'm just saying, if you had to be that close to him, you'd lean away also. So there's no wonder that horses have a certain intuitive nature where they know when something foul is going on and they know when someone is not really what they appear to be. And so it's no wonder that the horse is just kind of leaning away from him. But I'm not an expert on horses, so I don't know the difference. Perhaps the horse has been. I don't know that William is very good with horses. Harry seems to be naturally athletic and capable at just about anything, but William, not so much. So I'm going to say I believe it to be true. I'm going to just say it. I believe it to be true. Lydia says, oh, that's for someone else. Okay. I am going to get out of that. And here it says they probably doped the horse because William isn't such a good horseman. William is, they say when he would play polo, William had the reputation of being rather docile himself. He doesn't really lean into the game like Harry. William kind of played like a novice from the first time to the last time he played polo. And the fact that you really never see him playing polo is an indication that it's just not something that he's comfortable with. William is not athletic at all. He's just not. He's not good at anything that requires using dexterity and balance and all. None of that stuff really comes natural to him. He's I'm trying to think what is it he is good at. I'll get back to y'all on that one. The horse got himself out. Oh man. Well, there's another theory. Well, you know what? I told you guys, what was it, a couple weeks ago? I said that when the Queen went to that horse show, she looked suspiciously blissful as far as I was concerned. There was something that was unusual about her demeanor. And so I said at the time that I think it's a possibility that somebody slipped or something. I said at the time that the queen looked rather pleased with everything in life. So, is it possible that there was something that was meant for the horses that day and the queen got a hold of it somehow? I don't know. But somebody probably just gave her something. Here, mom, drink your tea. And the next thing she's belting out a Ella Fitzgerald tune. Do do be do be do be do do wah. you know the queen just started scatting out of nowhere. So do be do be do wah. Oh man. I That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. I think that somebody noticed the queen was a bit down and decided to lift her up with something. So you tell me. So Sean has a super chat. He says the word around the stable is that Will and Kate lost half the Commonwealth. The horses are not amused, and so is the queen. Is that right, Sean? Let's test your theory, shall we? Oh man. Um I'm just I need to test that theory. I'm not sure. How do you base this hypothesis? To what do you base this hypothesis that the word around the stable is that the queen is not pleased? I'll investigate that, shall we? What the heck? Let me see. Hmm. Oh boy. Let me see. The Queen is not happy. Where would I keep that file? Because I do keep receipts. You know that. I do keep receipts. So let me see if I have something about that filed away somewhere. Chances are I do. You know I do. So I can't believe I didn't have that file ready. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. Let's see. How would Queen react? Maybe like this. Oh, I got to do it again. Got to do it again. There we go. Hit it. I love that photo of Queen. That is the one that all the derangers use on those hate channels for the Sussexes. They have recycled that the Queen with her finger in the air photo again and again. I've always said I wanted to do that on one of my thumbnails just to say I did, because it seems to be the go-to for the Queen is angry about something. So I'll find an excuse to do it one of these days. Not sure when, but I want my seat at the table as well. So we'll make that happen one day, just for fun. Okay, moving on, but not too far. We don't want to stray too far. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, seems like it's usually right there, and it's not. Okay, all right, you guys, let's take her away. Let's take her away. All right. Okay, Rick says the British Royal rodents should be worried about them guards men selling stuff to 5 or 6 or have been arrested. I heard something about that amongst some of the people in the Royal Cavalry or the Royal Guards, I've heard that there have been people that have gotten in trouble for certain things. So, and again, when Charles comes along, he's going to clean house because he's going to put his own people in place. So, I don't, and then too, with them letting the fake priests in there, that's another thing to let you know that they are really taking advantage of the Queen's frail health. And that is how the Cambridges lost half the Commonwealth. So, like I was saying, made with real vanilla from Madagascar. All right. So, another change of pace here. Hit it, Annie. Relatable. Catherine's role will be crucial. She's very intelligent. Who are they talking about? She's very intelligent. Okay. Okay, if they say so. She's very intelligent. She does a lot of watching, waiting, and listening. She's more strategic than William. Behind the scenes, she will help to guide William and others to find a way to emote, which is what the public now demands without saying anything that could cause problems around contentious issues. How Catherine does it by just smiling all the time. Really? Okay. If you say so. It's remarkable. You cannot find a picture of Catherine where she's not radiating joy all at all times, which is clearly an adapted I was going to say tragedy strategy. That was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? An adopted strategy that is working. Okay, so they say that because she smiles all the time, smiling is solving all the woes of the British Commonwealth. The fact that Kate smiles, that is helping everybody. Smiling and jazz handing somehow is saving the day. Well, they say you always see her smiling. There are no other photos, right? Okay, let's test that theory. Let me see here. Okay. So she's always smiling. There are no other photos. Let me get rid of that. Let me see. I seem to remember having a few where she looks a bit circumspect, which is interesting because I have no idea what that word means. But she looks a bit circumspect. Kate's always smiling. That's her strategy. Uh-huh. Okay. So there should not be any photos in existence where she's not smiling. I seem to have a few where she's not. I mean, I seem to have a lot of them. As a matter of fact, I tend to collect photos where she's not smiling. See? And then she inappropriately smiles at times that she shouldn't, like preparing food for the homeless, grin, visiting children. What is that? Palliative care center? Palliative care? Smile. Holocaust Memorial? Smile. And honoring veterans? Smile. Smile, 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 smile. Yes, she's always smiling when she shouldn't. She's smiling when she should, and she smiles when she shouldn't. She's always smiling. But then sometimes you catch her at the right moment, and she's all about Katie. Okay? So, interesting hypothesis they have about her ability to smile to change a situation. I still want to know how that works. Okay, Dorothy Ross has a super sticker. Thank you so much, Dorothy. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Sunday to you. All right. Baron, slow down on the, what is that? The pecan sandies with Madagascar vanilla. Don't get on a sugar high. I wish I could. But right now, nothing is lifting me up. Just had another sip of my coffee, though. That's going to help. Let's see. It's the caffeine and the nicotine diet that Kate is on caused that stupid grin. Does she really smoke? I'm trying to figure out if I've ever seen an image of her smoking cigarettes. But I don't know if she smokes or not, but I've heard people say that before. Okay. We've seen her smile at Commonwealth service in 2020. I will never forget that. Ugh. Yeah, that Commonwealth service of 2020, that is one for the record books. Okay. So, and then there's this right here. Prince Harry and Prince William reportedly back on buddy terms after FaceTime peace drive. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But you know what's interesting here? Notice the order in which they named the two of them. Prince Harry and Prince William reportedly back on buddy terms after FaceTime peace drive. Notice that they put Harry's name first. Uh, Notice that they put Harry's name first. Oh, Baron, booze and smoking are acceptable vices for all the Windsor women. Well, I know Margaret definitely smoked cigarettes, and I know that the Queen Mother, paint thinner, nail polish, anything with fumes, she would drink it. Yeah, anything that had fumes, I know the Queen Mother was not adverse to drinking it. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Um, oh, that was for someone else. I'll stay out of that one. Yes, Harry looks quite debonair, right? Where did I see that? That moved very fast. There it is. Yeah, Harry always looks debonair. Harry can wear anything. Let's see, Baron, they want that cash. Exactly. But I just think it's really cool that they put Harry's name first. And I'm going to try to make sure I make note of that every time you see Harry's name first. Because if who owns the BuzzFeed? I don't know. Is that like an independent news agency? Is that like supposed to be Sussex friendly? But whatever. Thank you for putting Harry's name first. That's all I can say about this. Is thanks for putting his name first. I don't know if I buy this whole thing about them. Too much has been said and too much has been done to be friends with William. Now, if they spoke to one another so that they can iron out details of engagement, that I could accept. But the idea that they're friends, I don't think so. William is unless something has changed for William, and I don't mean change to being a nice guy, but maybe he recognized his defeat. I mean, after all, he was the one who went on an all expense paid vacation to the Commonwealth and lost half of the Commonwealth, right? He went to the Caribbean and half the Commonwealth all of a sudden was either leaving, thinking about leaving, or had even started the paperwork thanks to him. Okay, Sherry Ware says BuzzFeed is not Sussex friendly. Okay, Sherry, is it just me? But have you noticed that suddenly BuzzFeed is covering the Sussexes more often than they have in the past? I believe that they are covering the Sussexes more often. Like they have found out that there was money to be made, and now all of a sudden they can't stop talking about them. Okay, Harry and Meghan, you're not welcome. That was from yesterday. They were trying to say that. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go through that one again, but we spoke about that one yesterday. Okay, and then let's move on to something more vile and vicious. Let's move on to something a little more vile and vicious. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So be it. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me go back here. Ron Howard's documentary about Spanish chef Jose Andres to premiere Friday on Disney Plus. I believe Petal spoke about this in depth, so I'm not going to go over it completely. Petal did a very thorough job as per usual. But just so you know, if you want to learn more about how the World Central Kitchen works and about the vision of Jose Andreas, and plus, it's a Ron Howard documentary. I love Opie. I love Ron Howard. So, for that reason, I say watch it. Let that be our homework. I have not seen it myself, and they said we're having a watch party, so I have to look for the details on my Twitter feed. But apparently, there's supposed to be a watch party coming up for the World Central Kitchen, and well, for Chef Jose Andreas. So we have to get that going. The new documentary released later this week will tell the incredible tale of renowned chef Jose Andres and his huge humanitarian effort to provide relief for victims of disasters all over the world. The documentary, We Feed People, will be available to view on Disney Plus from Friday, the 27th of May, after the initial premiere at the New York's SVA Theater. I don't know which theater that is. Earlier this month, director by Oscar winning director Ron Howard, the documentary will focus Andrea's nonprofit World Central Kitchen and the countless people helped. Well, that sounds exciting to me. I want to be there. So, yeah, that's your homework, you guys. Make sure you watch that. Let's see, today is the May the 29th. So it's been available for 2 days now. Okay, this story is from the 26th. Yeah. So it's been available for 2 days. So make sure you all watch it. That is your homework. That is your assignment. If anybody needs the code to my Disney Plus channel, is I'm just kidding. I'm not that high on the coffee and pecan sandies from Keebler made with real Madagascar vanilla. Yeah, I haven't had that much of it. Okay, so let's move on. Anybody have any comments about that? Okay. Don't forget about the World Central Kitchen, Archie and Lily Diana birthday. Yes, Sherry Ware. As a matter of fact, since you said that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and get the link. I'm going to go and get the link right now. Thank you, Sherry Ware. You are just incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to find the link and I'm going to pin it to the chat right now because that is something new that I learned how to do. And since I've figured that out, I have to use it before I lose my power. I'm taking my power back step by step. So let me find the link again, and I will pin that to the top of the chat. So you guys that want to make a donation for the World Central Kitchen through the Sussex Squad, so that the Sussex Squad will get credit for that. That's the whole point, is we want to make sure that people know that we are celebrating Lily, Diana, and Archie's birthdays. So I am going to, I almost got it here. Patience, patience, almost got it. Okay. Almost there. Oh, $64,140 so far. Thank you, Sherry Ware, for reminding me. This is such a worthy cause. And this is an incredible opportunity to show your support as a squatty by using this link that I'm going to share. Now, it may say Barron's Chase account. Pay no attention to that. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't kid about that. But oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't let me start that going. All right. So here we go. Donate World Central Kitchen team. Okay. So, all right. Oh, wait. That's not good. That's not good. Let me try that again. I want to pin that to the message. Come on, baby boomer, you can do this. Message. Okay, now let me click on it to make sure it's going to the Sussex Squad. Yes, it goes to Sussex Squad. We are fundraising May 6th to June 4th in honor of Archie and Lily's birthday. Please join us and donate to World Central Kitchen. Sherry Ware, thank you. Thank you. That would have been a missed opportunity. So, again, that is the link that will take you to World Central Kitchen. Right now, there's a whopping $64,140 that have been raised from the squad to celebrate Archie and Lily Diana's birthdays, which Lily Diana's birthday is, I believe, June the 4th. So there you go, folks. It has been pinned by a baby boomer who figured out how to do something thanks to Sherry Ware. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, thank you. A baby boomer figured out how to do something like that. Oh, let's see. Ronnie says, I don't want to live in a world where Baron that is, right? Who gives us Royal Sussex Daily is reduced to eating Keebler cookies. I demand that we get him a better class of cookie immediately. Well, you know what? So long as it's made with real vanilla from Madagascar. Not that that's so important, but I like saying real vanilla from Madagascar because it makes my taste sound more discerning and opulent. So it has to be real vanilla from Madagascar. All right. So thank you for that, Ronnie. And thank you again, Sherry Ware. Uh, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you. That was a brilliant suggestion. And I would have overlooked it, but for the fact you said something. So shout out to Sherry Ware for the great idea. And plus, I had a chance to show my skills as a baby boomer doing something really technical, like pinning something to my live stream. Okay. One small step for live streams, one giant step for Keebler pecan sandies made with real Madagascar vanilla. All right. Let me see. Yeah, it had. Thank you, Diane Hawkins. Keebler, that elfin magic. Yeah, I remember that. I'm not the only baby boomer around here. All right. All right. That's what's up. All right. Well, let's go after Hoghead, shall we? Let's go after Hoghead. Piers Morgan takes 6-week break from struggling TV show. Well, we did speak about that yesterday, but I just cannot say it enough. That big hoghead Piers Morgan, the man who set a land speed record for exiting a television studio, is taking a 6-week sabbatical. No, that makes him sound too respectful. He's taking a break. He's stepping away from his no holds barred talk show because nobody's watching. I get more views on Royal Sussex. Okay. So a Duchess of Success. She gets more views. Everybody's getting more views than him. There's a video out there where somebody is changing a light bulb that tied with Piers Morgan. So, an incandescent bulb at that. Just goes to show you the appeal of that hoghead Piers Morgan these days. Now, one of the squatties sent me a message reminding me about this situation where Piers Morgan, one of the youngest editors on Fleet Street, working for the Daily Mirror, he was either the victim of a cruel and vicious hoax, or he's just stupid or desperate to get something out there and didn't mind if it was a big lie, possibly allegedly. And so they ran this story about how the British soldiers were degrading in Iraqi. But as far as I know, these photos themselves were all an elaborate hoax. This was all an elaborate hoax. Sorry, we were hoaxed, right? Iraqi POW abuse picture handed to us were fake. They were fakes. And Piers Morgan, who was the editor at the time, ran with the story in spite of the fact that it was obviously untrue. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Lorna Williams, that's the sound that my body makes when I raise myself from a seated position. There's a little snap, there's a little crackle, and there's a pop. And before you know it, I'm walking across the room. So I identify with the snap, crackle, pop. Okay, I embrace it, as a matter of fact. Daily Mirror editor Piers Morgan has been sacked after the newspaper conceded photos of British soldiers abusing Iraqis were fake. Look at Piers Morgan there. He's much younger, still don't have a mouth, but he's much younger. It's amazing that for someone who doesn't have much of a mouth, you can never hear him stop a talking. But they were fakes. They were fakes, and he was terminated. Oh, noted, Annie Bullard. I will take note of that. Hello, Baron, Baroness, and my sweet family here. My only daughter will be wedding on the 25th of this month. I just pray everything goes very well. God bless us all. There's nothing like a June wedding. Nothing like a June wedding. I'm sure everything is going to go very, very fine. Thank you for sharing that with us. Hoghead massive failure? Yes. Piers Morgan can't get over the Duchess of Sussex until he gets the attention from the Meghan. Absolutely. He is dying for her attention. Piers has always been the car crash everyone slows down to watch, but he will eventually pass up and will eventually pass up and forget about. Absolutely. Yeah, better him than me, right? Okay, let me do that. Oh, sorry, I've already seen that one. Mo Shannon says Hoghead is an epic failure. He was when he started his miserable career. Well, even Robert Jobson one day said that he has this incredible ability to make everything about himself. Robert Jobson, I don't think he has any love for Piers Morgan, and I'm sure the feeling is mutual. So Piers Morgan must have known about Daily Mirror's phone hacking, says lawyers. Victims' lawyers are seeking financial records relating to Morgan's time in charge of the newspaper. Well, if I'm right, this case is still ongoing, and doesn't it involve Prince Harry along with Hugh Grant and others? Isn't he still in some type of legal binding situation, financially and otherwise, because of the phone hacking? You know, Piers Morgan thought because he has some very powerful friends that he was immune from any transgressions that have taken place, only to find out that he's in just as much trouble as anybody could be in that situation. He better hope that some of his favorite friends can save him. Piers Morgan is obsessed with Meghan and he's married. Didn't ever, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that in the beginning. Wow, his wife remained silent. Well, his wife was on the Good Morning Britain trying to help him get his job back. She was trying to help him get his job back. She probably wants him out of the house. She's probably glad that he has other interests. Wink, wink. I mean, who wouldn't want him out of the house? Connie Balmer says Hoghead must have been struck by Megan's beauty. The pig is drunk of her. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that aside from the obvious, there is obviously some type of obsession there, which has grown very unhealthy over time. I don't think it's just about clickbait. I think that he's totally obsessed with her, and who knows? Maybe it's true. Maybe he thought something further was going to happen, but I don't know if it was Black Queen or oh, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said for someone who takes a picture or photo with famous people constantly. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have warned y'all about Sharon Osbourne coming up. Isn't it incredible that after that supposed meeting with the Duchess of Sussex, there has never been a single photo produced of the two of them in the same space together? Not one. There's Sharon Osbourne, someone who he helped lose her. What is going on, Sharon? What is going on with the helmet hair and the rest of that? I promise you, if you pull that hair back, there is a zip tie holding everything together. I just have a hunch that if you pull that hair away from her scalp, you're and just run your fingers through there, there is a zip tie, a very overworked zip tie that is helping her to maintain that look. I'm just saying. I can't prove it. I don't know it to be true. I'm just saying I have a feeling that that there is a zip tie somewhere in that hairline. I'm just saying. Okay, Pamela Porter says, agree. You get what you pay for. There are better pecan sandy. You all are too much. uh, well, I tell you what, I am going to investigate every pecan um, cookie, even if it's not made with real vanilla from Madagascar. I am going to investigate, not for myself, but for others. Okay, let me see here. Let me take that away. So there are some of the famous people that has been photographed with him, and this is just a small sample. Piers Morgan, unwatched the limits of opportunism. Piers Morgan, unwatched the limits of opportunism, and that's what he is. Piers Morgan is an opportunistic infection in search of a host, which is what I suppose the Duchess of Sussex is supposed to be for him, is a host in which he can latch himself on and spew all of his negativity. But um, as you can see, that game of his that he plays is pretty played out. I mean, you're taking 6 weeks off during the royal jubilee, the Queen's Jubilee. His show was timed to coincide with the Queen's Jubilee. And during the Queen's Jubilee, he's taking time off. He's going to take, when does that start? Does it start before the Sussexes appear in the UK? Or does that start effectively now? I mean, when does that start? Or does it start after the Jubilee? That's interesting that they would even announce that, because that is an admission of failure. Piers Morgan is a failure. So, okay. Let me go on to the next one. You know, only Piers Morgan can turn Sharon Osbourne into Pippi Longstocking. Piers Morgan messed up Sharon Osbourne so bad that she literally turned into Pippi Longstocking. Now, you know you are an F up if you can turn a woman of her age into Pippi Longstocking. Grandpapa, Grandpapa, the berries, the berries. He messed her up so bad her wig turned up. I mean, how do you turn how do you turn a woman with experience in broadcasting and show business, how do you turn her into Pippi Longstocking? Who does that? I mean, I have no sympathy for Sharon Osbourne. Don't confuse that I have sympathy for her. But this poor woman has been turned into a laughing stock. She's literally Pippi Longstocking. Um, oh man. So okay. Oh, let me see. 1 second here. Let me go to the next photo actually. Let me go back to Pippi. And then here. Oh, that windswept face of hers. Who knows how that happened? But ever since she made known her fierce loyalty for the hoghead, her life has just not been the same. There was even photos of her walking out of a supermarket with a homeless guy. Did you guys see that photo a couple of weeks ago, where she was walking out of the supermarket with a homeless guy? Oh my God. Now at that point, I was starting to feel just a hint of sympathy for her. First, she's turned into Pippi Longstocking, and then she's walking out of a supermarket. And she must have a heart, because she obviously had purchased something for the homeless guy. So there's that. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, yeah. This is one of my favorite photos. That's one of my favorites right there. Um, Let me see here. Yes, fired. Well, it's not. It's hard to say whether they were fired because Sharon had some kind of meltdown. Piers Morgan, I guess technically you could say he had a meltdown, but either way, they both seem to implode in some kind of way. And then next thing you know, they weren't on television anymore. So I remember the words of Piers Morgan when he said, it's not a matter of Sharon looking for a job. There's a job looking for Sharon. Okay. Well, it just so happens that the job that was looking for her was with him. Nobody else found. Who wants these people on television? There's so many other things that you could do with your time. Why would you bother with them? They're not that interesting. The only thing that makes them interesting is when they have somebody else to play off of. Other than that, there's absolutely no appeal there whatsoever. Can you say loser? Can you say loser? This is one of my favorite photos that came out of that whole Sharon Osbourne debacle. Look at that. And it's like an old game show. And that's like my favorite thing was this photo right here, where she's got the pimpy hair, but like I said, her hair kind of raised up. But here you can see she's got the pimpy under control. So yeah, that was one of my favorite things to have evolved from that incident. Okay, so British right-wing press R-word smear campaign against Duchess Meghan Markle and Prince Harry is extensive, coordinated, and intricate. Exhibit 589. Thank you, Globe, for keeping count. Well, we spoke about this yesterday, how they were trying to tell this comedian activist, Kate Smurthwaite, that there are limitations as to what she can actually address or bring up whilst talking to Piers Morgan. Morgan. This makes Piers Morgan interest in free speech appear purely hypocritical, in my view. If, as he has subsequently claimed on Twitter, there was no effort to censor me, his producers would not have warned me beforehand to not get too personal with Piers when discussing the topic of Meghan. Well, so much for no holds barred. It seems to me and just about everybody else that Piers Morgan can talk the talk, but he can't walk the walk, or you know what I mean. But yeah, so much for no holds barred. He seems to have saved that for everyone but himself. So hoghead Piers Morgan is going away for 6 weeks so he can rest that hog head of his and that foul, nasty mouth of his. And anyway, I'm just glad he's going. So 6 weeks means he probably won't be back. That's the end of the Piers Morgan show. It's a way to let him bow out gracefully, but he ain't coming back. He'll reinvent himself in some form or fashion, but this guy is damaged goods. And the day that Rupert Murdoch has no use for you, that's pretty much when your career is over. Now, last but not least, this image right here gives me the creeps. It gives me the creeps. I mean, take a look at this. As you can see, I woke up on the wrong side of messy today. Take a look there. You can see the image of the uh, Count of Wessex. Is that right? The Count of Wessex, Prince Andrew. You know, usually when the Queen's or any sovereign's son is married, he automatically becomes a duke. But poor Andrew, they said, I'm sorry, not Andrew, Edward. Poor Edward, they said, was hoping to become the Duke of Edinburgh, a title which was held by Philip. And so the person who determines that uncharacteristic of the sovereign is not the queen. They said that Prince Charles will decide who gets to be the Duke of Edinburgh, right? And so they said that Edward thought it should be his, and that's why he accepted being a count rather than a duke. Well, it turns out that it doesn't seem to be his at all, unless they're waiting for the coronation to gift it to him. Then when does he get it? But for some reason, he's giving me that same energy that I get from Norman Bates. I mean, this guy is giving me Norman Bates all day long. When I saw him sniffing that flower, I said, "Oh, Norman, is that you?" I started getting that Norman Bates. I don't know why. So all I'm saying is watch this guy, because every day he seems to expose himself further and further as a real malcontent. And I think that little thing at the what do you call it, at the tube station, I think that was just a start. By the time the jubbly is over, I think this guy, especially when the queen crosses over that famous river to the other side, um, this guy is going to snap. Edwina is going to snap. So remember, I said that there's something odd about him. See there? Look at those eyes. Don't they give you the creeps? It's just like, wait, 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 wait. You just hear Psycho when you look at those eyes. Remember that music from the movie Psycho? That wait, wait, wait. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just being messy, but that's what I'm seeing. Let's see. When you live with the abusive crackerjack look alike, it messes with your psyche, obviously. Oh, let me see. Edwina got a little taste of fame since he's working again, and it's gone to his head, and true colors are showing like all that family. Something's going on with him. Rambolina. I mean, when he turned into Rambolina that day at that train station, I'm like, what's gotten into this guy? So, and then of course, now that he's been able to be himself and live his life free as a non binary prince of the realm with his maxi coat and red lined interior of and showing the muscular thigh and the stirrup pants and everything. He's liberated now, so he can be him true self. Um, a lot of people thought that was Philip's coat, but he's actually a little taller than Philip, so obviously not Philip's coat. I don't know whose coat that is, but I think it's a bespoke maxi coat that was made just for him so that he can, be a them and they and be non-binary and live his full truth. So I celebrate that for him. And to prove to you, I think there's something wrong with him. Now, if an attacked bird balls up his talon and goes after your wife and literally knock her sunglasses off her head, it seems like you would be more upset. But Edward is in the background laughing and grinning like he slipped the bird $20. Here, knock her head off. I don't know what's going on with that, but it seems like he should be more upset, but he's laughing. I mean, that bird literally balled up his fist and decked her, blindsided her, and you're laughing. Something's wrong with him. I mean, look at the bird. The bird is still the bird is like, "Ooh, if I ever get my chance." You know? So there's something going on there. I'm not sure what it is. It's really none of my business, but there is a bird in the Caribbean that's got, $20, 20 pounds or whatever, with the Countess of Wessex's name on it. And if I was them, I would just steer either that or the bird took a good look at that dress and was like, oh no, we're not having it. But something happened. So that's my opinion, loosely based on actual events. As they say, recollections may vary. That's all I'm saying. Recollections may vary. Okay, and with that, you guys, let's give love to our faves. That, of course, would be the queen of everything, Doria, and, of course, our queen of hearts, Diana. And I'm going to take a look at your last comments. Like, for instance, here it says somebody else you're talking to. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for that, Gracie. Thank you, Baron, for keeping it real. Oh, Gracie, thank you for the super chat. And I'm glad to have you all here. And I appreciate spending part of your Sunday with me. I mean, you could have been any place else in the world, but instead, you guys decided to tune in to me giving my theory about the attack bird. That saw that gift that they gave the prime minister and decided to go after them. Only on Royal Sussex. That's all I can say. Only on Royal Sussex. Trust me, you won't hear this theory anyplace else, and you probably shouldn't. But I just think that as a matter of setting the record straight, the bird just decided to dispense a little justice because it was a pretty tacky gift. But yes, thank you, Gracie, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I love that bird. I mean, why does the bird have his talon balled up like that? I'm still trying to figure that out. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Who wants the last word of the day? Anybody? Oh, my niece loves to watch the Ginger Avengers. She also gets excited every time she sees that picture of Meghan or the Sussexes. A picture of Meghan and Sussexes. She is turning into a little squatty yet. Oh, Miranda Rios, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Please say hello to her from Royal Sussex. That is very, very sweet. Glad to hear that. And let's see. Last thought of the day. Okay, anybody? Oh, cookies and cream. Thank you. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. That's perfect. Happy Memorial Day. Yes, tomorrow is Memorial Day. It is celebrated on the, what is it, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th? What is this, the 5th, 6th, or 7th Monday of June, of May? I lost count. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is the Memorial Day weekend. So be safe, everybody. There is going to be a lot of people hitting the roads, and there's going to be a lot of cookouts and everything. And let's also use this day to remember our fallen heroes and so on. So happy Memorial Day. And I will be back tomorrow, probably same time. Thank you for being here on Royal Sussex. And now we shall cue Ginger Avenger. Okay, cue Ginger Avenger. Let's see how we do that. All right. Cue Ginger. Ginger, where are you, Ginger? Cue Ginger Avenger. How do I not know how to do this? Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you so much for joining us here on Royal Sussex. And let's see. Yeah, again, tomorrow is Memorial Day. Stay safe, stay hydrated. And don't forget, everyone, reach out. We are still a nation in mourning from this past week, but I could not contain my messy much longer. So I had to get some things off our collective chests. And yes, see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go out there and do great things. Love you guys.